Hello, everybody out there in Facebook land. I am so ecstatic. I have another wonderful diamond that I'm going to be interviewing today. My Diamond Factory interview spotlights are just getting better and better by the moment, and I'm just so proud of the ladies that come on to interview with me. I have to give a shout out to all the ones I've done so far, and a big shout out today to the one that I'm interviewing today, just giving me their 30-minute time because of their busy schedules, because they got lots of stuff going on, but they took the time out to say, okay, Barbara, I'll be on your Diamond Spotlight interview. So today I am introducing an awesome woman. She is Stacie Daniels. And I'm telling you, this woman is so exciting, she's energy. I mean, people say that I got a little energy. I'm like, no. Stacie just went to a whole other level. I said, I need to keep up with her now. So she's a dynamite to me. She's Wonder Woman, everything you want to call her. She's and I want to make sure I get her title right, because we found out we have a lot in common. One thing that I found out, that we're both in the insurance world, so kudos for insurance, woohoo. But the biggest thing is financial motivator. She motivates people with their financial goals, and she's going to get more into that. But just to let people know that, please don't look at money as a negative and your enemy. And I know she's going to give us a lot of good stuff regarding that and much more. So Stacie, welcome.
Hey there.
Yes, you look so beautiful.
Thank you. I have this whole weight loss, energy, skincare thing going. Thank you.
We're both on the same track. I started 3 months ago. I don't drink anything but water now. So I'm like,
yes.
All that sugar, all that. I'm like, every time I put some in my mouth, I'm like, oh, is it going to turn to sugar? Is it going to turn? Is this going to turn? Is it going to go on my stomach? Is it going to go on my thighs? I mean, I asked.
I know, right? Because there's little things that sneak sugar in there. It might not be on the chart, but if you look at underneath it in the small letters, it'll tell you.
Yes.
Sugar in there. So yes,
it's like you said, it's always all hidden somewhere, and you're like, ugh.
If it tastes too good, I'm like, oh, it's got some sugar. No, I can't have this. I mean, because food without sugar is good, but if it tastes really, really good, and now I feel like this on the inside, I'm like, something not right.
What you said, this is not right. This is going to my hips. This is going somewhere.
But it's too good.
Yeah, isn't that sad how we think about food? Where I know this is not about food right now, it's about you, but real quickly, how we think with food that is real good is bad for us. And I'm thinking, keep it around where if they want us healthy, they want us to get healthy, make the food taste better.
Taste a little bit better. I guess they think we got to put the sugar in it or they won't eat it. It's amazing. It's really, really is amazing. Sugars and everything. And bacon. I really do have to watch every single label to make sure I'm getting no carbs and no sugar. Because according to my weight regimen that I'm on, or meal planning and such, 0 grams of sugar is what I'm allowed. So that's no natural fruit or anything. And so far so good though. I'm down 37 pounds. I'm excited about it. I have more energy.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. I know it's work. It takes work. Especially so you got to flip it all around and say, oh, you can't have none of this, none of that. And you're like, no. See, sometimes I feel like we're like little children when we get.
When you hear no, I want it even more.
Yeah, I want it now.
And so just like your money, I learned that I have to have not too many restrictive days. But I do have to have discipline. So of course it's going to be uncomfortable because with my money at one time, just like with my food, I'm used to consuming whatever I like. If I like it, I want it, and I'm going to consume it. And with any times of the day, I was consuming. Wake up in the middle of the night and go eat a whole half a cake. No, you know what I'm saying? That's just not okay. I can eat if I want in the middle of the night. Eat a boiled egg. Eat some bacon. Eat some Jell-O even if you want something sweet. Just monitor what I'm eating and be mindful of my goal, and I'll be okay. So you too. We all will.
And you done it already. I mean, you said 37 pounds?
Yes.
I'm telling you, every little victory is a big victory. I tell people that. So I just want people to know, just add this before we get into your why and your mission, all that good stuff, is that you're a wealth strategist. I love the title, wealth strategist.
Yes, I'm a wealth strategist and insurance broker. Absolutely.
Author, a speaker, an educator, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So, and you have your own academy, I read.
I
Motivating Your
do.
Money Academy? See? Yeah, you know what? No, I'm going to let you take this. So, Stacie, tell us about you and your why and your passion.
Alrighty. Hey guys, I'm so glad you guys are here. My story it's similar and different at the same time. I didn't have money conversations growing up at our dinner table. My mother is 40 years older than me, and she taught me a lot, and she's from the South. She taught me a lot of manners and respect and how to carry myself, and education was quite important. So I knew at an early age I will be going to secondary school, and I didn't have a problem with that because I've always been, a nerd. So there was times in grammar school and in high school when a teacher would say, is there anybody else who wants to answer the question instead of Stacie? I've always loved information, and I learned as I've grown, to learn my strengths and my weaknesses and to look at them in a different eye. I've learned that means that I'm always learning, I'm always evolving, and the people around me will do as well because I'm always sharing the information. So I don't have to look at it as, I always ask questions. That's good because I'm sharing, so we're going to grow together. However, when it came to money, guys, I had no idea. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I didn't know that what I didn't know was detrimental to my future. And so I went to school. I had a child at an early age, and I went to school, and my son was 3 years old, and I had bankruptcy, 486 credit score, repossessions, student loan, defaulted, but I had a college degree, and, I put myself through college, even though I had gone through some crazy things in my childhood, by choice with my son's father. But that just lets you know, not only was money affecting my self-esteem, a lot of other things was affecting my self-esteem. So then when I found out that credit, for one thing, I had the ability to completely control my credit score, and I was born in 78. I was 28 at the time that I realized this, and somebody shared this information with me. But the law that it makes a difference with your credit score came out in 1971. So all these years, I had the ability to control my credit, but no one ever told me. All these years, I had the ability to make money and manage it, and I didn't have to give it away to taxes and IRS and, having those credit cards and then, not getting things that you want emotionally and not paying attention to the amount of money that you're actually making. All of these different decisions, making your emotions are directly related to your financial choices. So my credit score going like this, everything. When I had a good job, I had great credit. When I had no job, I didn't. All of that I didn't realize until I had these conversations with my previous financial mentors, that they were all of my own making. One, I can't blame it on my mother. I can't blame it on the schooling, even though I went from one state to another and graduated from a university, and I can't blame it on the government. Yes, those things help to get you here, but if you don't want to stay here, then you need to take this information that we're giving you and run with it. You 100% have control over your future right now. When I was able to grow, took me 2 years. I learned at 28, but when I was able to grow to actually start implementing everything that they were telling me, my life changed. And ever since then, I've been sharing it with everybody else that I can, because not having money, but not really knowing that you're broke, just enough to get by, was my way of life. And I thought it was okay. My mother taught me how to be self-sufficient and learn this and learn that in order to never have to depend on a man. Then when I got money, no one told me that I had to spend it and maintain it. So, there's different levels of finances that I've been through. So telling people about it, why I have the energy is because when my financial mentor told me the first time, Stacie, you can change everything, I had two emotions. And everything that I do is to evoke those same two emotions in everybody I come across. One, I was livid. I was really kind of peed off. Really, I was kind of peed off. And all those entities, my mom, my schooling, the government, we're in a capitalist society, but no one's telling you how to manage your money. I can make it all, spend it all, and then I'm broke again. I just had to get over all of that. It just when I started implementing it, changed my life. When I started telling other people, I realized that looking in their eyes and when they're living and then empowered, that's the second emotion. Finding out that I can't do anything about that, but I have complete control right now, and all I have to do is learn a few things and implement a few things, and I have access to the same laws, tax shelters, being self-employed. Everybody should have a home-based business because of the tax benefits that you get. If you're an employee, you work. they take your taxes without any choice, and then you have the chance to spend or enjoy or survive on whatever's left. If you have a home-based business, you work, you spend all the money, you buy your materials, you childcare, whatever else you need to do, and then you tell Uncle Sam how much you need to be taxed on. What? It's a no-brainer, you know? And it's just, but so if you're not taught this, you don't know this, and ignorance begets fear.
Yeah.
Ignorance begets fear. And so for free, I do seminars and interviews and speaking at churches and libraries and radio shows and local mayors, and just, you know, I've been on social media now for about a year, just exploding and telling people to asking questions primarily so they can look at things differently. And my whole why is because I believe absolutely everybody should have access to the information and the tools that everybody else does so they can get to the level of financial success that they're willing to work towards. Yeah. I don't believe we should be handed anything, but remember I said I was a teenage mom. I do agree with providing assistance to those that need help. However, then give them the information, and then we have action steps, you know, after that. Find out what you need to do, ask questions, and implement it. I definitely believe in action, but I believe we need to be privy to the information. You can't do this and then expect me to have the same result, and you didn't tell me what you've been knowing since day one. You know, oh my goodness. I was like, the system is meant for me to fail. My mother didn't know, you know, no one told her. And then I wouldn't even went for this major if I'd have knew that the student loans would have been this and would have been affecting me forever. Just so many different things. But you let that go. You learn your strengths and your weaknesses. You forgive those for their limitations, and you work hard to better yourself one day at a time, one baby step at a time. So that's my why. That's my build up, my past,
everything.
But you know what? Let me say this. It even goes a little bit further. In 2012, so I was self-employed after not having any money and not even knowing that, you know, not putting my savings. Don't put money in a savings account because at 2% inflation rate, you're losing it. And the average savings account is only giving you 0.1%. Things like that. Like I said about the credit, I didn't know 401k. I put my money in there and I can't access it until I'm 65, and then you're gonna tax me on it. You know, all these different things. I just didn't know, but I knew how to make money at that point. And because of I was adopted. So the woman who raised me adopted at 2 years old, and that was fine. I didn't know I had some abandonment issues. So when I got divorced and unexpected in 2012, when my world essentially crumbled, because I'm like, I have the college degree. Now I have I'm an entrepreneur, so I have a successful business. I have people giving me awards and recognition because I'm helping change people's lives. I'm creating a whole team, and so now they have different, a higher tax bracket, so to speak. My son is doing good in school. I'm in church and singing on the choir. My whole life is just set. I'm good, and I'm gonna live happily ever after. And then when I had the unexpected divorce, I didn't realize that unresolved emotions, because I mentioned emotions and money, they're directly correlated. I went back to emotional spending. I said, I learned how to make the money, but I didn't know how to spend it or save it or make my money work for me. So for 2 years, I didn't work. I let my insurance license, lapse. I needed to pump my brakes and learn about me and what part did I play in a divorce and how can I make sure that I never get here again? Because I thought I was set. You mean to tell me I was not? I'm like, okay, what I need to do? Because we're not going through this reset, starting all over thing again. I need to get it right. Let me ask. So making money wasn't the key, is what I found out. I have to make sure my emotions aren't together and make sure that I'm doing smart things with the money that I'm making. And all of that I learned, and I continue to work with new mentors now that I'm in Illinois. And all of that is, the enthusiasm comes from, it doesn't matter where you are, it can change. We all been through heartaches or death or disappointments, divorces, all of that. But you can get past that and pick it up. And your finances and your bank account and your credit score does not dictate your worth. It doesn't. No. So that's why no matter who you are, and I'm 40, guys, I'm 40. And most of my classmates, I was 36 when I went through the divorce. Most of my classmates aren't, no, it wasn't 36. I was 34 because this is now 2008, 2012. So I was 6 years ago. But at the time, I wasn't worrying about Roth IRAs and 401ks and traditional RAs. I was spending, but my son at 16 had been through 2 cruises, and you know what I'm saying? Would have been everywhere you could possibly think of. And then I started thinking, after I got back on the horse and, went through the whole emotional roller coaster, like, wow, you'll be of age, so to speak, soon, and you haven't done anything for retirement. I didn't even know anything about retirement at that point. All I knew was how to make it and life insurance when you die. So I'm like, wow, how many people are like me that don't know how to make it. Then when they make it, don't know how to manage it. Then when they manage it, now they're distracted by debts. Student loan debt that they didn't even know that they had, or they don't know how to get rid of. Mortgages, because society say to be successful, you need to have a house. You have kids that's getting ready to go to college, and you're trying to figure out which one of them do I balance first, and I still need to put away for retirement. So I was like, okay, I need to switch, implement, and teach. So all of that is where I'm at today. And it does me so much joy, that look. And it's that look that I seek in people's eyes, that aha moment, that livid and empowered feeling at the same time. You can see it, their whole face. It like goes down, like, wow. And it goes back up. And then like, wow, so you mean I can do it too? That's why, you asked me what was my special power. My special power is my willingness to tell so many people everything that I've been through. That's my whole life story for the most part, everything that I just told you. But I know, as opposed to me having shame for anything that I just mentioned that I've been through, it's going to empower some other woman. That's what I do. I mentor women as well. It's going to empower some other woman. Whatever power we have given to the experiences in our past, we have the ability, no matter how old, to take it back. And then we can manage our money the way we want to. But my power is the gift of gab. Clearly, I like to talk. But when you talk, right, when you talk and you're being completely honest and genuine, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And I found out before I even realized what that meant, it just means I have the ability to make people feel comfortable early on in our interactions and our conversations. So, I'm spiritual, and I really believe that God put me through these things, or not necessarily put me through these things. He allowed these things to happen. So not to that question, not so they can beat me down, but for now I can have all these experiences. But no matter where you are, I can relate to you, and I can let you know I can be that hope shot. It can be better. It doesn't matter where you started from. It can be better. And I can help you one step at a time. I'll give you the direction. I'll lay it at your feet. But you do have to make the decision that you want to implement it and do some work. So.
Yes. Awesome. Oh my God. I mean, I was writing down notes. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I got to write that down.
Good deal.
But what I have to say is, I mean, through your stories, I always tell people everybody has their stories in their life. And it's up to you to take that, whatever it is, if you want to call it tragedy, I would say tragedy to triumph. It's up to you to take that, what you went through. And I was talking to my other interviewee last week, because we were talking about the same thing, that you use your stories to help others, to help them know that there's hope. And they look at you and they say, well, you know what? Stacie got through it. She went through divorce. She went through all this stuff with her credit, with spending money and everything, and emotionally just going everywhere. And now she's an entrepreneur. She's a author. She's a speaker. I mean, like I said, the list goes on and on. So your stories are so important, because that's where the heart is. That's where the emotion is, where you get people and you show them this shall pass. This will. It will pass. Yes, it will. And that, like you said earlier, that and I'm glad that you're a motivational speaker. I mean, and I can tell all over the place you're a motivational speaker. But, you just reach people just by your expression, your smile, your energy. Like I was saying before, you have this energy that just connects so quickly. And then when you're talking, it's like you're just in that little like, wow. It's like in a trance, like, oh my God. So even if I was depressed about maybe, don't have the money or whatever, you just kick me out of that. Whatever I was thinking.
It's like, wow, no, we don't have time for that negative energy, even though it comes from up here a lot of times. We beat ourselves up. No, with a few little tools and some affirmations, no. There's no way. There's no excuse. I'm going to help you. Like in my Motivating Money Academy, I help people in two different ways. One is immediate financial relief, and then also with long-term financial security. So immediate financial relief is the budgeting, the savings. Do you even make enough money to live the lifestyle that you want? You know, we all deserve to live comfortably and go on vacations and eat out whenever we want to. And there's ways of doing that without having two jobs. I'm a firm believer that two jobs are for two people, especially in today's economy, when you can make passive income, have more money in your bank account when you wake up than when you went to sleep. Through affiliate marketing, through educational, informational products online, you can be a reseller of items on Walmart and Amazon, just to name a couple, and it doesn't cost anything to to get started. So we just need to know, be exposed to these different things. $22 trillion was transactions between in 2017 online.
Wow.
How much of that do we need to get? Just a little bit, you know. So we need to know about our credit and debt management or debt negotiation. All that is in my Motivating Your Money Academy, and it's affordable, online, secure learning center with on-demand modules. It's videos, it's PDFs. You know, create your money manual. Where am I at right now? Not where I think I'm at, or where I want people to think I'm at, because we all have that mask that we wear. I need to spend a whole lot of money to look good, but then our bills aren't necessarily secure for the next 3 months. And I'm not pointing anybody out because I've been there, you know, that's all emotional based. But, you know, where am I at right now? How much of my income do I need to pay my bills, and how much is in between? And where do I want to be? Do I want to take trips? Do I want to take my family here? Where would I like my retirement to be? Wherever I am and wherever I want to be, we need to have a game plan. Most of us don't have a game plan. And we do our budget. I got it. I'm budgeting. I know how much, and it's up here in our head. We don't even realize how much you're paying in fees, ATM fees, going out, not meal prepping, all of that, you know. And then we put our money in a savings account, and it's not growing somewhere. I want us to know where we are, to know where I'm going, where I want to go, which could change all the time. We ladies, even the men, just period. It could change all the time, but still, I need to know where I'm at for sure. That's my reality. What is my money reality right now? That takes some big girl underwear to put on to realize, wow. I'm like $30,000 in debt, but I'm talking about I want to buy this. Well, you know, there's some real eye-opening experiences. But once you put it on paper, you can't deny it. So then you say, but this is where I want to be, and I know I deserve it, and I can do it. So what do I need to do in between here and there to get me there? And that's what those modules about will teach you all of that. First of all, you got to change your money mindset. You know, your money stories start from your parents. You know, my mother, I'm an only child, and my mother would give me anything that she wanted. That was one of my earliest money stories. So when I said I didn't have money, wasn't used to having money, and then when I learned about being an insurance agent and an entrepreneur, I had lots of money, but I didn't know how to tell myself no. So whatever it is I wanted, if the bills was paid at home, me and my son, we got it. And that just wasn't the correct way to live. When did I save away and store away for a rainy day? You know, all that is our money mindset, and it comes from our money story. So we just need to pick apart a few memories and make sure I don't have to stay that way, but I first have to recognize this is how I react when money starts talking to me. What do I need to do? So all of that is part of the Motivating Your Money Academy. Then after you have that secure, we need to be secure monthly, have our emergency fund. How do you secure your long-term financial lifestyle? You know, if you're an entrepreneur, if you work at a job, whatever you're doing, no one wants to work forever. No one wants to work forever. No one wants to work to 65, if all truth be told. You know what I mean?
I want a break.
I asked my client, what's your ideal retirement? And they like, man, I wish I could retire tomorrow. No matter how old they are, they all say, I wish I could retire tomorrow.
I think that's the line of everybody.
It is. Nobody wants to work. I love what I do. And I do have a work from anywhere profession, but you know, if I could just not do anything for a whole month, that wouldn't be retirement, but that'd be great, you know. And I can, but I have responsibilities and things that I'm doing coming up, and I like to keep that. So I can't I can, but I just choose not to. There's people that I need to help. There's a lot of hurting people, but you know, the long-term financial security is, how do I get out of debt right now so that I can start preparing for my retirement, you know, and how do I find out what's the correct way to prepare for my retirement that's going to not cause me taxes and interest and fees and market risk. You know, we don't even know that. So I implement and I teach. All of this is free. The Motivating Money Academy is not free. It's $15 a month. But you can use that for your entire family, you know, teach your kids, your grandkids, all of them. $15 per household, so to speak, you know. And it's constantly, I'm uploading new information. But the long-term financial security is when I do the seminars. Like this Saturday, I have a seminar coming up at the oldest expo here regarding entrepreneurship. It's called the Self-Employment Expo here in Chicago. And it's going to be at, I wrote the address down because I get to talking and forget. So hold on.
Yeah, we definitely, I think I'm free that day. Maybe I could.
Yes, it's at 4900 Lakeshore Drive. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And it's the 12th annual Self-Employment Expo. Again, that's 4900 Lakeshore Drive, and it's from 10 to 4. And at 10:30, I'll be in room 1 talking about credit. And the title of my speaking event is 20 Credit Secrets and Myths that the credit bureaus don't want you to know. 20 credit secrets and myths that the credit bureau don't want you to know. The bottom line is this: the less interest that I'm paying you, the more money I have in my pocket. And the law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971 states, if they can't prove that it's your debt, it has to be removed. You know how powerful that is?
Yeah.
So that means as long as I go through the little simple process to get the items taken off my credit report, I may not have to pay that balance. It doesn't say that the balance has to be a certain amount. The company has to be a certain company. How old it is. It says that the burden of proof is on their shoulders. But we have to know that. They don't want you to know that. They'll do all type of intimidation tactics, you know, to keep you under the gun. There's even a such thing as ghost debt hunters. They'll find the debt that's outside of the statute of limitations, and they'll call you and harass you and get you to agree to pay $5. You have just started the statute of limitations. By law, you don't even owe that anymore. But if you pay that $5, you start that clock all over again. How many of us didn't know that? You know, and they're illegal in what they're doing. They're not ethical, but there's no law that states they can't do it. It's up to us to police our credit report. You know, and that's our finances. There's so many people that's depressed because of their amount of money that they owe. So that's just, you know, so join me if you can.
Yeah, first of all, I wrote that down, and we got to make sure I post that real quickly. But what I wanted to say, I wanted to go back to what there's so much worth of knowledge that you just gave us, but I wanted to go back to what you said about the losing control. And I think a lot of people, and I'm just going to put my hand up here because I'm in that group, where sometimes when you see that your money is not right, or, you know, like you say, you're just in financial craziness, and some people are embarrassed. Some people, they don't want to ask for the inspect, instead of asking for the help and looking for that and saying, okay, how do I get myself back on track and get myself, my mindset, and they just keep going. They keep going that same journey because they don't want people to kind of know where they're at, financially, and they don't have that mindset.
The 4 horsemen, those 4 reasons, 4 main reasons people stick and stay. It's time. They feel like they don't have enough time. It's going to be overwhelming to try to figure out how to fix it. It's shame. They don't want people to know that they've been putting up this facade for so long. It's fear. Like, man, if I really open this can of worms, I'm going to have to really face where I am. That financial reality, they're going to have to face it. And it's a lot easier to put your head in the sand. Don't open mail. You know, I've been there. I'm not answering no phone calls. The debt just gonna go away. You know,
it's gonna go poof and everything is gone.
Like poof. You know, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going like the engine that could. And then it's money. We think it's gonna cost a lot of money to fix the wrongs that we've done. So yes, that's why most people wait so long before they finally face it. And then that breath of relief when they realize it's not that bad. But however bad it is, there's a way to get it done. So many different options available to you to get it done. So yes.
And that's see, you give the hope and the knowledge for people. That's why I say you're such a warrior, because Like you said, you didn't know what you don't know. I tell anybody, I know what you don't know, you don't know. But once, ask the questions, reach out, ask for the help. Don't feel ashamed, because it's much better to do that than, like you said, put your head in the sand, and then it keeps on building, and then you look up and you're 67 years old and you're working at
no. Yes,
you know,
that's what I'm coming across.
Yeah,
that's what I'm coming across. Yes, a lot of, and so I asked them, you know, after I do my presentations, I have a Medicare accreditation that I'm doing at the local library here in Linwood and Glenwood. Actually, I'm doing 2 workshops in October. One of them is October 3rd, and that's Get Out of Debt for Good, and one is October 17th, and that's Medicare. 10,000 people turn 65 every year. And they all have Obamacare, Trump care, Medicare questions in general. It's a whole new world from going from healthcare with your employer to healthcare by the government. And we need to know there's some huge holes that they don't know about. If you get admitted to a emergency room, to a hospital, you immediately owe $1,100, even if you only stay one time. And that's on Medicare, red, white, and blue card. So you think everything's covered. It's not. It's not. And we need to know that and put some things in place that'll make sure. And there are some low cost and there's some no cost options. But if you don't know, you don't know. And just to piggyback on that, asking questions and reaching out, find somebody that you like, know, and trust, and ask questions. The second module in my Motivating Your Money Academy is building your money team. Your money team should consist of 4 people. Somebody who's pretty much on the same level as you. You guys don't know much, but you know you want to know, and there's strength in numbers. So you feed off her little wins, you supporting her or him and their little failures, and you're doing the same. So we're not by ourselves. You need to have a mentor, somebody who's been where you trying to go, that you know that they've been where you trying to go. Not just somebody who want to tell you about your business. You know, you need to have somebody that's going to keep you accountable. When you say, man, I'm going to go buy this big screen TV because it's, Black Friday. They're going to be like, wait, hold on. What are you planning on putting this money here, that money there? I know that big screen look good, but unless you're getting it for within your budget or whatever you've allotted for yourself, and I talk about that too. We need to have some emotional spending money available at all times, and then you need to have you a cheerleader, somebody that's just, it's like, you need that pick me up sometimes. I know I messed up. I shouldn't have ate this. I shouldn't have spent that. You know what I'm saying? But help me. Just they rub you. That accountability person is gonna be like, you don't need to do this. And that cheerleader is gonna be like, okay, you did it already, even though you knew you wasn't supposed to. And this is the 3rd time that you did it. But the world is not over, and we love you anyway. Yes. And you're gonna get back up tomorrow, and you're gonna do it again. Yeah. You need to find all 4 of those people to help you on you know what I'm saying? We make decisions on our own and then we sad about it. But you didn't even talk to anybody. It's, you're not going to, first of all, you already know. You've been used to doing things financially for a certain amount of time. Yeah. So no matter how many books, how many webinars, how many classes and seminars you go to, we're not going to change the way we handle money overnight. No. So prepare for when you fail. Have a group of people that you talk to regularly so that I left to my own devices, I'm going to spend this money. I'm going to eat this food. I need some help, and that's okay. Reach out to people you trust. The whole point of all this I'm saying is find people that you trust that support you. They're not going to negatively browbeat you when you make a mistake. They're going to love you one step at a time, and they're going to know that you're going to make mistakes, but they're still going to be supportive. We all have those family members that as soon as you do something wrong, or friends, for whatever reason, we don't even know why we're still friends with them. We've been friends with them forever, but they're not necessarily pouring into our spirit. So we need to evaluate that friendship, you know what I mean? But make sure you have at least 3 of those 4 people. You might can get away with 2, but definitely not by ourselves. We'll talk ourselves. I can eat that. It's only got 100 calories. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow I won't eat nothing but I won't choose. Yes, tomorrow I just eat a salad all day long. I can eat today. We rationalize with ourselves. We do the same thing with our money. Water all day. Yes. So we need to have somebody. But first and foremost, find somebody that you like, know, and trust to be your financial mentor. Find somebody online. Find somebody in your area. So find somebody in your family and put them under.
Find Stacie.
Whoever. that's fine. Just, I don't like to self-promote. I'm available and I do it from my heart.
I had no problem promoting you.
But just make sure whoever you're getting your information, because we'll get information, and I'm guilty of it, so that's how I know. We'll get our information from somebody who looks good, but we don't know that they just jacked up in their finances like we are.
Yeah.
And so we're getting misinformation from misinformed people. So we had to check our picker. I picked my ex-husband and I picked my son's father with a broken picker. And I was picking people to model behind my finances with that same broken picker. I need to evaluate where I want to go. That's why that financial reality, that financial goal, and that road to get there, I need to evaluate that. And I need to line up with somebody who's going to help me because I know that they've been there. Yeah. So we have to do our homework, Yeah. And then once you find that person, stuff just start pouring out. Like, yeah, girl, let me tell you, I did this and this and this, and I don't want to do that anymore. And then like, well, you know what? I did that too, and it's okay. And you can get past it. Yeah. Now that you recognized it and you were able to address it and admit it and say it out your mouth, you never have to go there again. But first we have to find that person we like, know, and trust, so we can let our guards down. Let the guard down. You start talking about them early memories, start figuring out and realizing what your weaknesses are and your tendencies. Why every time I get some money in the bank and I know I'm supposed to build it, as soon as my husband does something I don't like, I go and spend it. We need to recognize those tendencies. Or as soon as the holidays come, because my parents died around the holidays, I go and splurge because I'm trying to fill my void and I don't even realize it. But we have to share that with another person and get honest and start writing about it and thinking about it. Once you do that, you start seeing like, wow, I don't want that to continue to happen. So next time, the best tools we can have is information about our past and information about our tendencies. So then when we see it again, we can recognize it and we can alter our behavior.
That's it. We recognize it at that moment. Like, wait a minute.
This sounds familiar. And so we started talking to ourselves. No, this is not what we about anymore. I don't want to do this. I want to break this cycle. So
yeah. Well, boy, see, this is what I'm talking about. These 30 minutes go back too fast.
Has it been 30 minutes already? Oh my God.
I know you're like, what?
I'm sorry.
And this happens to all my interviews. I'd be like engulfed and want to talk, and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, it's an hour.
Oh, wow.
But the biggest way before we, and I hate to say this, end this wonderful interview. Two things I want to say to you, and then I want you to just blast, all your information, and I'll make sure that that's going to be notated with your interview when it's posted. But the biggest thing that you mentioned a lot through everything you said, and it's something that I think that's really important, is the money is not your enemy. Money is not the enemy, or is not to break you into or crack you or whatever I want to say. It's the mindset that you have to help yourself with about money. So I think that's the biggest thing is, and that's what you've been saying. I mean, through the whole time you're talking about the mindset and, getting, stuff that you learned from the past and, with parents and all that. Cause I know I went through I had with my dad, he was good with me. I had my mother, she was, So I was the best and bad of both worlds. And then I took the world of my mother, which I should have took the world of my father, and it just went from there. And like you said, debt, all that, dealing with school, student loans. So with all that, you have to change. And then people always say, well, see, it's the money. I don't have enough money. See, you're blaming it on the money again. You need to figure out where your mindset is.
Yes, because if you get a whole bunch of money, you're going to do the same thing.
Same thing. It's just more money that you have to do what you're going to do. So
I know.
You're more believers.
I had a lot of money go through my hands, and that divorce, all that money was gone. So
And then just like you, and like I said, the stories help feed others. I never have a problem telling my stories, and I know you don't either. I'm going through divorce right now, so I know I'm going through that little oh my God. And then I'm thinking about, wait a minute, he can get this? He can, how? Whoa.
Yes.
I'm not liking this. It's not making me feel good. I don't have no warm and fuzzy. This is not making me feel good at all. So I'm, thinking about that and thinking about even with the debt. I hate to go into divorce right now, but even with, if you have debt with that person, you're sharing that. I mean,
Yes.
you know how that goes because I know you went through it already a while ago.
Yes.
So yeah, you have to, when all those things start, in your life all crazy, I always tell people, don't let the outer get into your inner.
That's your inner.
Keep
Good
your
stuff.
inner is peaceful.
Protect it.
You're
Yes.
the one that can create, you're the one that can accept it or reject it.
Or block it off. Yeah, absolutely. Most important thing to me right now is my peace of mind.
Yes.
The most important thing is my peace of mind. I will disconnect communication. I will not take on a client. If I feel like you disrupted to my spirit, I have to let it go.
Yeah.
I have to let it go.
You have to protect yours here, and you can.
Yes.
That's why I tell people, see people like, well, they did this and I'm blaming this. I said, no, 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 no. You had the option. You had the
Stop it.
to stop that. All the outs, some going on outside, everybody can be going crazy, running around here looking crazy, but you have that inner peace that you can keep and say, I decide I'm not going to go that route.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I love that. I rebuke that. I'm going to keep my smile. To be happy is a choice. We all have so many events, emotions, disappointment. Life happens. If we focus on it long enough, we'll all be sitting here with our thumbs in our mouth, mad, crying, eating bonbons. You know what I mean? I refuse. I take charge of my thoughts on a daily basis. God, today, show me who I can help. When thoughts come in, no, we're not thinking about that. I start thinking about who can I help? How have I helped them? How have I survived? They take that same situation and turn around. How have I survived? And who can I help by telling this story? What did I learn? And how did it make me a better person from it? We think about it long enough, there's something positive that has come out of the situation. Even if it's something that's a death and, those real sensitive, you know what? You now have the ability to talk somebody else out of that same situation and show them this happened to me. I questioned God or whatever it might be. I spent all my money or whatever it is, but here I am today. And I'm a warrior and I'm a survivor and you can be too. When we stop get off the pity pot, and I love to have the pity pot. I told you, domestic violence, adoption, abandonment issues, divorce, broke, all of that. All of that, those are all stories to tell somebody else, to uplift them. Like, man, if you got all that, you still can be in a better situation. As long as you are willing, open-minded. My biggest objection is this is too good to be true when I tell people about different things that they can do with their money. That's a closed mind. As long as you're open-minded, have that trust factor, and you're willing to put forth some effort, your life, you can change your entire life, not just your finances, your entire life. But if you change your life, you change how you feel, your finances will change automatically. So let me say this.
do your little commercial.
Yes. Okay, so on social media, anybody who want to follow me and my animated self and all of the little videos and things that I present to the social media world, my handles on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, I have 23,000 followers, and I even have my own Facebook community, guys, is Motivating Your Money. Motivating Your Money is my tagline, and if you want to join our Facebook community, it's the Motivating Your Money community. All right, even though my name is Stacie Daniel. Now, if you want to go to my website, it's financialmotivations with an S.com. Financialmotivations.com. And now, if you don't want to go through a cumbersome website, but you just want to get some information about me, see some testimonial videos, all that I do, and just my bio and stuff like that, then you can look. This is a text message. You can text Stacie, Stacie, to a 5-digit phone number, which is 76626. 76626 is the 5-digit phone number to get a whole bunch of information about me. It's electronic. It'll come on your phone. You can send it to other people if you would like. You can also put in your information to request a complimentary consultation as well. If you just want some uplifting words, or if you want to know what can I do about my current debt, my bankruptcy, because life after bankruptcy and bankruptcy can be removed from your credit report, just like child support, tax lien, all of that. But I come and see me this Saturday. Nope, not this Saturday. Next Saturday, and find out everything that the credit reporting agencies do not want you to know, because you have 100% control over your credit report. and they are not legal binding authorities, and you can even sue them if they don't abide by the laws that were created in 1971. Who knew, guys? All right, last thing. So yes, Linwood Library. That address is, I wrote it down, 19901 Stony Island Avenue. 19901 Stony Island Avenue in Linwood, Illinois. And it's the library, October 3rd from 7 to 8:30. I'm going to be talking about Medicare, what the different parts are. Remember I told you about the $1,100 that's owed immediately the first day you're admitted to the hospital? There's some Medigap policies that you can have to help take care of that. Some none, some costly. I mean, some no cost, some a little cost. They have some really expensive ones depending on what you want to pay. So I'm going to give you all that information there. And then October 17th, same location, Linwood Library, 19901. I'm going to teach you about getting out of debt for good. I asked you two questions. One, are you 100% certain that you're going to have a great retirement? If you're not, I need you to come out because I have some information for you. The number two question is, if I could show you how to get out of debt in 9 years or less, including student loans and mortgages, and not have to pay anything more than what you're currently paying right now, would you think that that was a worthwhile conversation to have with some free information and some options and opportunities that most of us don't know? Did you know that banks have all of their money in life insurance policies? They want you to put your money in a bank. I'm going to teach you something that's going to get your retirement secure. It's going to be tax-free. It's going to be interest. You're going to reduce the interest that you're currently paying. It's not going to have any market risk at all. And it's guaranteed. Would you like to have guaranteed income once you retire outside of Social Security that may or may not be there?
You're right. It might not be there.
But how about, I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to get the money. I want my guy, he's 50, about to be 51, and he's getting ready to retire. He's going to buy an RV, and we're going to travel up and down the western seaboard, and then the eastern seaboard, and then we're going to go across the top, and then we're going to go down bottom and go through all kinds of places in Mexico. You know, I'm going to keep my windows rolled up and doors locked. Because I hear they kidnap you, but I hear it's a beautiful place. And I just want to enjoy it all. And I'm 40 and he's 50. So if you want access without all of that extra that's going on, I'm going to teach you all of it. It's free. Bring a friend, bring a recorder, ask questions, inbox me if you need to. I believe that's all, guys.
Now, real quickly, Stacie, you said October 17th. What time? I didn't get the time.
7 to 8:30 p.m. I want to make sure people that has a job can get there through traffic, get them a bite to eat. There'll be some refreshments, a little talk afterwards if you want. You'll be able to, it's going to be a general presentation, but you can leave your information then, because due to HIPAA and all of that, I can't get into specific, but I can give you all the general information, and we can set up a different time that I come to your home and answer all of your detailed questions with your particular situation. So this is the last thing this is the last thing. What happened if you live too long, die too early, or get sick or hurt and you can't work? What do you have in place to prepare for that? And that's not for you. That's just, that's a rhetorical question. That's a thinking question. Like Arsenio always say, what do you have? I just had a man to deliver something for FedEx this morning, and he was an older guy. And I remember someone telling me FedEx are independent. They don't have, insurance and retirement and all that. And I meant to stop him. I mean, I did stop him. And I said, hold on, wait a minute. I had on my big fluffy robe. And I was like, hold on, let me get your information. I'd like to give you some free retirement information. He's like, baby, I'm already retired, and I'm just working here part-time.
See, and that's
I was speechless.
Yeah.
I was speechless. And so I want us to know that we don't have to get there. Share with our kids and our neighbors and our loved ones. But if you're already there, there's still options for you. What if you got a 401k? A 401k and you want guaranteed income? Did you know you can switch that over? It's called a rollover to something that'll give you guaranteed income, and it don't cost you anything.
Wow.
You need to come see me. You need to come see me, guys. So.
You need to come see Stacie.
Yes, guys. I get the information absolutely free. People say, how do you get paid? There's two options. You can pay me for all the information that I give you guys, or you can have the companies that I work for to pay me. I'll take both checks, but the way I like it is the companies to pay me, so you guys don't have to worry about it. You walk away free and clean and Okay, I had a call to come in. I'm sorry. Very last thing, I promise. I have a movement that I've started, guys, and it's called the MYM, the Motivating Your Money Movement. And what that states is, if there's anything that I've given you or I've shared with you that has changed your perspective, enlightened you, potentially changed your bank account, it is now your duty to turn around and empower somebody else. Direct them to me so I can give them the same information absolutely free. So one family at a time, we can help change our community, guys.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Woo, let's go with the movement. Come on, let's do this.
Yes.
I told you every time my time runs and I'm like, no.
That's okay. I'm not going to say anything else.
No, you are beautiful in and out, Stacie. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving us all of your knowledge and wisdom that you have. And I know God gave it to you and he's using you as a vessel. So thank you.
I'm grateful.
Woo.
Yes, ma'am.
This has been, I feel like dancing all of a sudden.
I'm telling you, sometimes you might see me rocking. It's just like, man.
I told you, I know you be like, God. And you be having, I think one time you had someone that had that jazz music. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yes, I'll bring that. Yep, I always have jazz. Yep. Because money can be overwhelming. And so just have something to calm the soul, plus lift you up. Like, man, yes, when I do my Motivating Your Money Wednesday lives on my Facebook community, is when I have, I come on with jazz about, maybe a minute max. Because if people don't want to come in and see you dance, but 30, 45 seconds, there's a delay, as you know, in social media. Yes. So letting people kind of trickle in, hit a little jazz, change your mood,
change their mood. You're awesome. You are so. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I support you. I like the fact that you're bringing on diamonds and letting people light shine so they can pour into other people. That is awesome. 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 I appreciate you. I support you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. We got to do it together. I always tell people we're not on our own island. We need to get together, brand together, and help each other out. So this is one of the missions that I have. That's why I started this interview. It's been like 2 months now, 2 or 3 months. And I told myself, this is my passion to help others because we have to, I want people to see the diamonds. I want people to see the diamonds. Yes. I call queen diamonds. You're a queen diamond now. And I want people to know that there's stuff out there. I mean, things that people need to know to help them uplift themselves or up-level themselves or whatever they want to call it, what they're going. So thank you so much for being on. And
you're quite welcome.
I know I gotta end this. So
I know, right?
As I always end my interviews, and Stacie just said it, you have a diamond in you. Just let it shine for others. Remember, you have a special gift in you that's there. And if you don't know, this is something that I'm going to start doing. Is another course that I'm going to start working on. Is if you don't know your diamond, or you don't understand what your purpose, come and tweet me or whatever, messenger me, because I am working on a course to help people give the tools to understand who they are here, so they can know what they're here for. It's the saddest thing that you go through this whole world and you don't know your special gift, because it's not because, first of all, you're special. Second of all, you know how much that gift can help so many people.
So many people, yes.
So we want to make sure that both of those things are going for you in life. So remember, you have a diamond in you. Just let it shine for others. And if you don't know your diamond, please let me know, because you'll be seeing more information about that. Stacie, I love you dearly so much.
Love you too.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And please, all the dates and everything she gave you, I want to make sure that I can get it all on Facebook and go see Stacie, because I already put on my calendar October 17th. I put all the dates. So please,
all right, good deal.
Just take this in information to help you and guide you. And remember,
please do, guys. Reach out to me, no cost.
Love you, Stacie.
Love you too. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Thank you again for letting me come on. Bye now.